I'm gonna review the Phantom Menace. Just to start by saying that this is my favorite um least favorite Star Wars film. And for good reason. I feel like Jar Jar Binks, was obviously a wreck. I feel like a pretty big wreck. Just to get that out, because I mean that's kind of like the obvious thing. But like in depth, there's like problems that I felt like didn't really work. Like making Anakin so young, I didn't like that idea. Personally, it kind of took away from like that space battle in the end. Like it took away because they didn't focus on any other person, but really Anakin in the space battle. Also, that's kind of for one thing. And then for another, I felt like the Tatooine part was pretty slow. Like, and something that this movie, like I like Qui-Gon. The characters they introduced solely for this movie, like Qui-Gon, like Qui-Gon Jinn, like Mace Windu. I love them. Like they're two cool dudes. And those are probably the two best characters who came out of this movie. The problem with Obi-Wan in this movie, I felt, was that he was really underutilized. Is because they did nothing to really at all think, to at all introduce Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship, which leaves you for the second movie to do, which doesn't, again, I said this in another video, but it doesn't work until the third movie.
This kid's probably on his phone.
Yeah. I'm making a YouTube video too. Okay. You will be a YouTube stars.
Okay, come here. I'm gonna go put that
okay. For a second. Okay.
Oh, you're so handsome. Yummy in Daddy's tummy. Oh, I love you so much.
Love you too.
Sweet. Oh, I can't stop hugging you. All right. Thank you. I'll see you later.
You're welcome. I liked the movie yesterday. At the end, it was like cool because like you didn't know what they were gonna do.
Well, you knew that he was gonna.
Well, at the end, I didn't know how they were gonna get back together, but then I figured in the end, when she got on the plane, he would have to come on the plane too.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
All right, kid.
Talking about Crazy Rich Asians, which we watched yesterday. But back on the subject, on the subject that matter, and But I do like Qui-Gon as he's interesting. He and kind of like a complex kind of complex kind of a Jedi, because he couldn't be a master. He was not allowed to be a master because of his unique choices. And then he wanted to take. And I'll show you on YouTube.
Are you done?
No, I'll tell you when I'm done. That was wrong. But yeah, that's kind of for the most part fine. Then of course I don't know. Darth Maul needs no introduction. But then that lightsaber battle at the end was really cool. As like it was a unique setting on Naboo, and a unique setting on Naboo, in addition to how like when they went in the power place, how like they could jump, and because that helped, so it elevated the scenery, which elevated the battle itself. But one of the things is that, like I said, Jar Jar and Anakin are kind of in this movie are kind of in that category, which kind of like ruins potentially good scenes. Because let's look at the Gungan battles, where Gungans are not that bad. Gungans are not the problem. It's more or less Jar Jar is the problem. But in that Gungan battle, Jar Jar does get in the way, and I think that takes away from the every other Gungan as he makes so much mess, and then ultimately his mess wins over. And then you go back to Anakin and like how Anakin solved the problem without even doing it. It's like they kind of put in the same boat. That's really problematic. But then and because every time they come back to those Gungan battle and then the space battle, it doesn't really work. And as far as the pod racing, you're expecting me to say I like it, which I do. I do. I think it went on a little bit too long and made it a little bit boring. But then I like Darth Maul at the end. Watto's introduction. I mean, Shmi Skywalker. Nobody really cared. I mean, it's a weird name, and nobody really cared for Shmi until the second movie where she dies. You know, um, but then it started off strong. I have to say, this movie did start off strong. This is kind of like the opposite of Attack of the Clones, where it started really like weak, and then that third act on Geonosis picked it up. Well, while the third act lightsaber duel was amazing, the first act was pretty heavy and like good. But then as soon as you, I think I'd say it starts dipping down as soon as you get to Tatooine. And while that's not exactly true, because there is some problems. And with the first beginning, number one, Newt Gunray and his other like weird Trade Federation weirdos, just weird. Like their lips doesn't move, but they talk. It's like I don't like that. Number one, number two, Ewan McGregor's wig. Now, it's pretty. I would say it's a little bit hard to tell, but once someone points it out, it's so hard to get unnoticed because he is like naturally good. Like the hair you naturally have is good, and you throw in the wig, yeah, like it's weird, but like something hard to notice. But when you do get pointed out, it bugs you because like I bet like his hair grew in, and maybe that's why. But I don't think he wore it in like the first part, but in like the second half, some scenes he did, and some scenes he didn't, and it was really distracting. It was once you've noticed. So those are kind of like some small problems, and then the big problems, And it's definitely weird knowing that like Padme is like seemingly like maybe like 10, 10 years older, maybe not 10 years, maybe like 5 years older than Anakin. He's like a slave and seems like a 9-year-old, and she seems like a mature teenager and a queen. So some of that is like not confusing, but just kind of weird. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. So yeah, see you in the next video.